Hello, I want to welcome you to GLP-1 Success. I'm Dr. Daniel Farkas, DC CFMP, and I'm a certified functional medicine practitioner. Now, here's my promise to you. I promise to show you how to improve your GLP-1 experience naturally without you having to guess about how you should be supporting your body while using GLP-1s. And I promise to show you how you can triumph over negative side effects that affect most people and cause them to quit. So my mission is this. My mission is to help people get healthier and not just lighter. And I do this because of my family. My mom, my grandpa, my grandma, they all had like metabolic illness, cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, inflammation. I think a lot of it was avoidable. And I also do it for my young family now so that they don't have to experience all this. I'm very passionate about it. I'm passionate about living this way and about bringing this message to the public. So also there's a special treat. If you stay until the end, you'll get a special treat that's not always available. So I invite you to turn off your phone, close out your all those other windows, other distractions, because this info can and does save lives. So here's the big difference. I'm a natural doctor. I'm only interested in the cause of problems. And I invite you to don't do what I did. You don't have to become a natural doctor. I did it and learned the hard, expensive way by becoming a doctor. Hundreds of hours of postdoctorate functional medicine education. I bought every product under the sun, and 20 plus years of frustration I've been at this. You don't need to do what I did. So I invite you to consider, would you like to help yourself the easy way? I hope your answer is yes. And just know this, people are getting help. They're getting help every day. In the past 2 weeks, I've worked with and helped dozens of people. Natural healthcare helps lots of people. I've had the privilege and pleasure of working with some very notable, famous people. Lead singer of Duran Duran, big, huge band, Simon Le Bon, great guy. His bassist, bass guitar player, John Taylor, great people. Country music sensation, Gary Allen, Marcus Morris, famous basketball player, and someone very special, Scott Zink, amazing athlete. He's got a bunch of Guinness World Records. He had a 505-yard hole-in-one for all your golfers out there, and it's the only triple eagle ever recorded. So it's been a real adventure. It's been fun. Now, I would want you, though, I want you to future pace yourself and think about your personal future. Whether you're considering getting started, whether you tried and failed, or you're in the middle of this, like if you are having issues and you wonder if you're doing things right, what will it look like if you keep guessing? What has guessing got you in the past? Or where's guessing got you now? And what is your plan, if you even have one, to avoid symptoms and new health problems? And will you quit if you experience side effects like 60 to 70% of GLP-1 users do? So I say imagine this. Imagine actually having a plan to avoid side effects that terrorize up to 75% of GLP-1 users and adding life to your years in addition to years to your life. That's what it's all about. And just flat out being happy because you have peace of mind. So here's a fact. I have to state this. You can use an all-natural approach to reduce many of the things that create side effects or worse for GLP-1 users. People do this every day. You can do this too if you follow a system and you think outside the box of just the ordinary approach. System, I love systems. I think system stands for save yourself time, effort, and money. I love systems. So I want to run through a few secrets with you. Secret number one, just so you know, you can do this without adding more conventional drugs and more diagnoses, more health problems. And you could do this without guessing and making things worse while failing at GLP-1 use. Things just don't have to get worse. So many people just think they're like, well, I guess that's what's going to happen. I'm going to struggle, through this process for months or years. It doesn't have to be that way. Also, you don't have to research, locate, and fly across the country to go to the right doctor on your own. Number three, very important, you can do this independently now and in the future, long term. Managing yourself long term, I think that's where things really matter. And you can do this. It is possible. You can use GLP-1s, get the weight off, get the insulin regulated if that's your goal, and it can be maintained independently on your own with education. So I want to squash a belief. This one's real common, that GLP-1 use creates side effects and sometimes new and serious health problems because they stress out your body and there's nothing you can do about it. I want to tell you there's nothing further from the truth. Here's a fact. You can use a systematic approach to assess what your body needs are for exactly where you are in your GLP-1 journey so that you're successful. And good news, there's a program already created just waiting to help you. That's what we're going to talk about today. So it's just what you think. You can help yourself. You just need to know what to do to support your body specifically while you use GLP-1s and transition to maintenance once you've hit your goal. Just requires a system. I love the system. Save yourself time, effort, and money, energy and money. So important. So we'll talk about the problems. Yes, GLP-1s, they ask a lot of your body by slowing down your digestion. It can be very, very stressful on your body. The side effects of GLP-1s can become uncomfortable for some and devastating for others. Most people coming into GLP-1 use already have seriously low nutrients. They have inflammation, they have anxiety, depression, and more. And the real problem is that the prescribing doctor, they're just not afforded the time and the resources to address all of your needs. They're busy doing important work, writing GLP-1 prescriptions and consulting with patients, but they can't do everything. They're just not afforded the time. So, GLP-1s, they're amazing inventions that work, but unfortunately, they can blow up on you like a bomb. These issues frequently come from lack of preparation. So we must talk about side effects. The common side effects are the digestive discomfort like bloating, reflux, pain, the severe constipation, loose bowels, and more, inflammation all over the body, digestive bacterial imbalance, anxiety, depression, sleep disturbances, the rash, the hair loss, the muscle loss, and the frustration and the failure, and ultimately the quitting early. Very, very common. So let me ask you a question. Would you like for me to help you with this? I hope so. If you want me to help you, please tell me. I'll give you opportunity to very soon. So what's our system? So this is our system. Number one, this is what we do. We get you screened by a trained doctor. You need to be screened by a doctor. I need to talk to you and get to know you where you are individually. Number two, we have to analyze what your needs are based on your individual data and not guessing. No cookie cutter approaches. I wish it was that easy, but it's not. And then number three, we got to create a success plan to support you throughout your GLP-1 use and beyond. And that's very important. The beyond part's very crucial. What comes next? So the system, so step one, get screened by a trained doctor. That is crucial. When I connect with people, I determine like whether they need baseline testing for simple things like cholesterol, inflammation markers, thyroid issues, insulin, and more. And I also determine if they actually could benefit from advanced functional medicine testing for gut hormone or toxin issues. And just understand I would say most people are unwell to begin with. A lot of people need baseline testing if their prescriber hasn't done so already. And if they have, that's great. We love working with that information. Knowledge is power. We always review your health history, but also, this is so crucial, your health habits. In addition to understanding any diagnoses you have, any medications you're on, any supplements or plans you're doing right now, getting to know your health habits, what you like to eat, where you like to shop, what you're willing to cook, if you do exercise, what you actually like to do. That helps me get the data I need to actually formulate a plan that will help you, that people actually follow through with. Now, we also have to determine exactly what GLP-1 use phase that you are in. There are different phases that we're going to cover, and sometimes they overlap. Breaking it down into separate phases, proper support in each phase is crucial. And there are 4 distinct phases, that is for sure. So the second step in our system is to analyze what your needs are, as I mentioned, based on your individual data and not guessing. There is no cookie cutter approach that I'm aware of that's effective for GLP-1 all natural support. In the third step, this is the big one, create a successful plan to support you throughout your GLP-1 use and beyond. We have to make specific lifestyle recommendations that evolve around you as you move through your phases and deliver precision, all natural support for the phase you're in and keep you connected with us along the entire way. Things are going to change. That's the idea, right? We want things to change. As you change, as your awareness, your education, your habits, and what's going on with your body changes, we stay connected with you every day through this process. It's brilliant. And great news, we can help you virtually no matter where you are once you're plugged into our system, so it's convenient, so you don't have to keep making trips to the doctor. Technology affords us that. It's brilliant, brilliant. Now, what must be done? I think you must receive nutritional and healthy body function support during your GLP-1 use. It asks so much of your body. I think that needs to happen. You must be connected to properly trained doctors and staff who are experienced about what to do if and when problems come up and how to avoid them. And you must prepare for a successful journey, yes, but what comes next? Getting prepared for the next step and next phase, that's crucial. So the ordinary approach, typically what happens, the hardworking prescriber prescribes a GLP-1. If unsatisfactory weight loss occurs, the dosage is increased, and that's where side effects commonly occur. The more of this stuff that you use, the more likely your side effects typically are. Then you start looking for help for managing your changing body. Your prescriber may not have the time, resources to help you through this, and that's where the frustration sets in, and that's where side effects and uncertainty can cause you to quit. And understand side effects occur in up to 70% of GLP-1 users. It's very common. So our approach is this. Of course, we always screen you carefully and determine which phase of GLP-1 use you are in. There are 4 phases. First is the phase 1, the pre-GLP-1 use. This is our favorite phase to start at. We love helping people in every phase, but getting support, proper support, before you even begin, that is where we see people have some of the smoothest rides and the easiest exits too as well. Phase 2, these are the weeks, typically 1 to 8, known as the ramp up phase. This is where dosage can increase and your body starts to adjust and where your body can really start to struggle too as well. Phase 3, that's the long-term use that can go for months or sometimes years. And then finally, phase 4, the maintenance or the stopped completely phase 2. All of these are different phases. And as I say here, being specific matters as your body changes. So this is what you could expect, just generally speaking, in phase 1. We love to get people here because we can load them up on micronutrients. They're usually low. Give some immune support, calm some inflammation down, and get the gut prepared, get the runway ready. In phase 2, we always keep that foundation in place. Typically, I would say the phase 1 foundation, it's always there, but then we build on that into phase 2 where we focus on digestive function support for enzyme, acid, bile production, and bowel regularity. That's crucial. Then as we move into phase 3, we focus on muscle preservation and mental health support. This is where anxiety, depression, and sleep problems can really kick in. And then in phase 4, as people are coming off, we talk about blood sugar stability to help with cravings and crucial detoxification. I think that always needs to happen because fat is storage for toxins. And when you lose weight, that's great, but you have just, in many cases, unleashed a lot of toxins into your system. Those have to be disposed of properly. And we got to focus on steady health habits. Steady health habits, I think that is what creates the long-term success. And that's what we want to do. And being specific matters really does. So I think about cause and effect. It's true. GLP-1s, they cause digestive function to slow down. That's true. This can create serious problems such as slow bile flow, leading to nausea, pain, gallbladder dysfunction, and even pancreatitis, as the pancreatic duct can become blocked by a slow-moving gallbladder. There's a huge release of fat, of course. That's the idea, but that's a burden on the liver. The fat and the blood levels can go up. That's not good. And then heavy, heavy toxins can be released by fat cells. It's part of the process. Also, altered serotonin signaling from the gut to the brain, that can create or worsen anxiety, depression, and sleep issues. Many people are using antidepressants or other support for behavioral health. Extra all-natural support can make a huge difference in those cases so that people don't experience new problems or worsening of what they already have. This is very important. The skin sagging, that can cause you to look worse than before the fat loss. We've seen in many cases that frequently happens, and there's help and support for that. And know that, nutrients can become even more depleted from a decreased intake of food. I keep saying it. So many people come to us, they're nutrient deficient. They're already low in minerals and nutrients and vitamins. Now they're going to go on a strict diet. Very difficult on the body. So this as well, confusion can set in that can lead to panic. Serious health problems can spiral and lead to hospital visits. And here comes the difficulty and the frustration that can cause many to just fail and quit. So all that aside, this is how we determine exactly what to do. A careful screening with the trained doctor. I love connecting with people one-on-one, and I love connecting with people regularly through their process. We do an assessment of your lifestyle habits when we intake you, including what and where you like to eat, where you like to shop, how you like to cook, what your exercise preferences are, and what you're struggling with most presently. And do you need any baseline or advanced testing ordered? We make a specific determination of what phase or what overlapping phases you might be in, so the proper support's put in place. Some people are in a very clearly defined phase, like the pre-GLP-1 use phase. Sometimes the phases overlap. We have to always know right where you are. That's where constant contact comes in. So getting this right, it's crucial. It's nothing that can be guessed about. No cookie cutter anything. So the third part of the system, the third step I want to go into, we're creating a success plan to support you through GLP-1 use and beyond. And remember, the beyond is the real important part. The help that we provide is we guide you through your journey with constant contact via the patient portal and regular follow-ups with the doctor. We like to do monthly. We can help you virtually no matter where you are once you're plugged into our system. Our goal is to help you arrive at the point where you and your prescriber agree that you're at maintenance or you no longer need treatment. We pledge to be there for you as you change through this process. Now, this is crucial. There'll never, ever be any interference with your prescriber's recommendations. I always say we don't prescribe, we support. Now, we will also make certain that you know what to do for a maintenance after GLP-1 use. I keep saying this is so important. It's what comes next. Once you've hit your weight loss goals, then what? Because understand, many people, they put the weight back on after 1 year of discontinuing GLP-1s. And there it is, 1 year. Many put all the weight back on 1 year after stopping GLP-1 use. We don't want that. This is the outcome that we want. We want to restore healthy metabolism. And metabolism is how you eat, use, and process your food and how it affects your body. GLP-1s don't correct metabolism. They slow it down. We want you to correct your metabolism as you emerge through this process. That's health. We want you to own a completely different set of health habits, how you feel about shopping, eating, cooking, diet, exercise, stress reduction. We want you to know like exactly how to support your blood sugar for your cravings and any ongoing health concerns you have, and just for you to be independent and be happy and get your life back, your best life. So the system, this is what we do. Get screened by a trained doctor. I love talking to people. That's the fun part of my job, getting to know people. And then we have to analyze what your individual needs are based on your individual data, never guessing, then create your personal success plan to support you throughout your GLP-1 use for wherever you are at and beyond. Oh, there's a bonus too. I love doing these when and where we can. The customized elimination diet. Avoiding foods that enrage your system that are typically things like wheat and gluten, cow's milk, dairy, sometimes eggs, sometimes certain nuts, certain beans too as well. When we can, we love taking a little extra time and setting aside an opportunity to just get the obnoxious foods out of your system. And with a little probing, I think we can do that. But we love to be able to do this. I think it's really helpful. So again, what's our system? Get screened by a trained doctor, someone that knows the system, analyze what your individual needs are based on your data, never guessing, of course, and then create your success plan to support you through use and beyond, because that's where it's important. Our system, month to month, is $225. I wanted to create access for people. I wanted inclusivity. I wanted accessibility for all. For the professional support that is what we provide. This is what the fee is. I invite you to do this. Set a free consultation by phone or video call. You have nothing to lose. Visit our website, Back to Health Natural Solutions. Find our GLP-1 page. It's easy. Set a time to talk. You have nothing to lose but your health to gain. So $225 per month for all ongoing custom professional support you need. And we got a whole bunch of extra goodies for you. We got our community to add you to as well, if you like, of like-minded people to share your wins. Everybody's just wonderful in there, if you ask me. That includes month one and your bonus customized elimination diet. There's a one-time $150 fee to get you onboarded. There's a lot of background work, but once you're in, you're in. And supplements are individualized. Our goal is to get it to where you take nothing. And we use the industry leader for natural supplementation, very specific for the phase that you're in. And the typical cost of supplements, that's usually like less than a daily trip to Starbucks. That's usually pretty inconsequential. And remember, there's no long-term commitment. We just do this month by month. Some people are just with us for a few months, and then they're quite independent. And then we pick back up with them once they're wrapping up. And some people, we can be with them for months or for years through their process, especially for those that are struggling. Now, just think about this. If all this did, everything I've spoken about, if all this did was stop the confusion and the wondering, save you money on possible hospital stays and other costs, save you from the dreaded Dr. Google syndrome of just searching and searching and searching and chat groups and social media, Save you from feeling isolated, like you're not by yourself, and plug you into a system and a group and give you a real chance at hitting your potential. Would it be worth it? I hope you say yes. For those that don't know, you could see why someone would pay. This type of care can get very expensive if you happen to have investigated it. You can see why someone would pay $1,000. That's pretty minimal or more to piece this together. And again, you don't have to do that. Don't do what I did. You don't got to go to school and become a doctor. So just consider if you could save money, would it make sense to have me set this up for you? I'd love to. I say use a system. Even you could even save $500 or more. Would it make sense to have me set this up for you? I hope your answer is yes. And then you could keep your money for you and your family and for new clothes. That's where I want people to put their finances towards new clothes, the clothes that they want. Yeah, I'm real passionate about that. New clothes. 225 keeps you plugged into the system month by month. No long-term commitment. So again, our system, get screened by a trained doctor. I'm glad to talk to my patients, to get to know them and what their needs are, make sure all their bases, the labs, everything's covered. Analyze what your individual needs are based on your individual data, not a cookie cutter. And then create your success plan to support you throughout GLP-1 use and beyond. The typical guessing, like results, it's you get the old, just what you think, the old way of doing things, health gets worse, side effects prevail, costs skyrocket. That's the old way of doing it. So I invite you to think like who's fighting for you? Who is working with you? You have your prescription. Now who's with you on your team fighting for you? I want to share the story, Jasmine, the nicest person in the world, just the world's most nicest person. This girl deserved a win, and she really needed one. Her weight was a very significant issue. So were her blood sugar markers, her diabetes marker, HbA1c, they call it, was a problem. And she was not old at all. She was a young person struggling. Over the course of 10 months, no more high A1C. Her blood sugar marker back down in the normal range. She put some work in. 22% in weight reduction. She was thrilled. I think the best is still yet to come for her. I think she's still got a path forward, but she can do this independently now. And 22%, that was big. That was big. She says she feels at least 10 years younger and no reported side effects with proper support. When she does what she's supposed to do, she did very well. So you have a couple choices. You got two choices. You can do nothing with no risk, or get started and just strive to avoid unnecessary suffering and the long-term effects of unwanted weight. And I guarantee this, I guarantee you'll own a strategy to tackle GLP-1 side effects for ultimate success. The word doctor means teacher. I promise to teach you everything I possibly can so that you have a strategy where I think you could literally help somebody else. Once you go through this process, you could become a beacon of health in your world. You could literally guide somebody else. Now, the system, again, gets screened by a trained doctor. I love talking to people, getting to know them and where they are individually. Analyze what your needs are individually based on your data, not someone else's, and create your success plan so you can get through use and beyond and get back to your life. I keep saying it and I mean it. Don't do what I did. I did it the hard way. I had to go to school and buy and try everything. I've had hundreds of thousands of dollars in this, 20 years into this process. You don't have to do that. You just use the system, get screened properly. And let's analyze what your needs are and where you're at and create a success plan for you. Oh, first 10 people, we can do in a customized elimination diet. I really, at the time of this recording, 10 people, we can have that type of volume to make. I think these are real important to make a customized elimination diet. I like you avoiding foods that enrage your system with some probing. I think we can come up with what that is. And don't worry, I'm not going to charge you thousands of dollars, somewhere along the way, like what I had to pay to learn all this. I wanted accessibility for people. I wanted inclusivity for everybody, and I was real passionate about that. So, question again, if all this did was stop the confusion, save you money on possible hospital stays, save you from Dr. Google syndrome that terrorizes people, save you from feeling isolated and give you a real chance at hitting your potential, would it actually be worth it? I hope your answer is yes. And again, you can see why people pay a lot of money for this type of help. I paid hundreds of thousands, and I spent years learning the hard way and getting frustrated. Now I'm glad I have a system. Don't worry, I'm not asking you to spend what I did and others are spending due to confusion experienced. No huge expenses coming your way. Not from me. say get your complete system. Just get plugged in. Go to backhealthnaturalsolutions.com. Find the GLP-1 page, book a free consultation, and it's done. First 10 people can receive the bonus. I really like doing these customized elimination diet. I think it's worth the time. Really, it's extra time, but I think it's worth it. To avoid the foods that enrage your system. Why inflame your system? If you can avoid some things that we can give you some alternatives, I think it can help you feel better pretty quickly as you're moving through this. So you have choices, and I had choices too. I could offer a low cost, easy access service, as I have, and help a lot of people. That's what I'd like to do. Or I could put together what's very common, an expensive, comprehensive concierge health program and help just a few concerned people who could afford it and help them effectively. I wanted to do the first. I wanted to offer a low cost, easy access service, help lots of people too. And just go to backhealthnaturalsolutions.com. Find the GLP-1 page, you'll see. So remember the system. Get screened, analyze what your individual needs are, create a success plan to get you through use and get you beyond to what comes next. Oh, I said there's a gift for staying. If you do have a special question, we can arrange a free discovery call if you do want one. We have capacity for that. Just call our number, find us online. You can book a time on our GLP-1 website for my very specially trained staff or myself to answer any questions you have. And remember, $225 a month for during your successful journey. I was very passionate. I want to share something with you. Very passionate about making it so that we could create a community of people that are moving through this process and are all health minded, who are taking this big step as you are to get through GLP-1s and to emerge not just lighter, but healthier. So please take advantage of this. Our gift for staying, the bonus elimination diet, please just have a look. Back to healthnaturalsolutions.com. $225 a month plugs you into our system, and hope to see you there.